Hello everybody, welcome back to America and the Bible. Now in the last video I talked about the great probability that America will be attacked by an EMP, an electromagnetic pulse bomb. Now the question comes up, okay, who would do such a thing? Who would do that to the United States of America? Of course, we know America has many enemies around the world, many people who don't like us that well. We can think of North Korea, Iran, we think of Russia. But the Bible tells us where that attack will come from. If we go into the book of Jeremiah, it tells us that in chapter 50, verse 3, it says, "A nation from the north will attack her and lay waste her land." Okay? Several other places it says, verse 9 says, "For I will stir up and bring against Babylon an alliance of great nations from the land of the north." Okay, so we look at America and we think, well, you know, to the north of us is Canada. We're pretty good friends with Canada. It's probably not them. But what if we take it further and we go all the way across the North Pole? If you look, I don't know if you can see this on this globe, but if you see the United States right here, if we go across the North Pole, we turn this around, who do we have on the other side? We have Russia. And of course, Russia is in alliance with Iran and Turkey nowadays, who don't like us very well, and so forth. So it's interesting that just a few months ago, Vladimir Putin came out with a video promoting his new weapon, a supersonic missile. This missile travels at 7 times the speed of sound, and it would be very capable of flying over the North Pole. It flies up into outer space and then comes back into the atmosphere, and would be very capable of reaching our country in just a matter of minutes and being able to detonate that EMP high above the United States of America and making that happen. Now it's interesting, when he came out with that video, the video that he showed his people where he was promoting that new missile showed the United States as the target. And I think that tells us something about that man and his goal, or his mentality, I guess you should say. Well, the Bible tells us something else very interesting. In verse 9 it says, they will attack from the north, and it says, "Their arrows will be like skilled warriors who do not return empty-handed." Now think about what the prophet may have seen in those days. He didn't have a word for missiles or anything like that. What he may have seen was an arrow that didn't miss its mark. It's an arrow that's guided. It's a guided missile that will not miss its mark. Very, very interesting. Okay, so why would Russia want to attack the United States of America? Why would they do that? I think Russia knows that if they attack us directly with conventional weapons or even with nuclear weapons, it would be mutually assured destruction. That's what brought us all through the Cold War, was a threat of both sides would be annihilated. Well, if we look at current events, we look at what's happening in the Middle East right now, what's happening with Israel, and we see that Iran is bringing troops into Syria and they're threatening Israel. And Russia is in there as well, and they're supporting Iran. We see where many times Iran and Turkey and Russia leaders have met, and they're forming this alliance, which is exactly what Ezekiel 38 talks about. This alliance that's going to come in and invade Israel. Well, I think they're smart enough to know that if they try that right now, our president isn't going to stand for that. We're going to defend Israel. I think they know that they have to take the United States out first. And the one thing that would do that would be that EMP attack, would basically neutralize our nation. Because we would be so busy just trying to salvage our nation, just trying to take care of us, that our military would basically be neutralized. And that would open up the door for Ezekiel 38 and 39's war to happen in the Middle East right now. Again, folks, I don't know when this is going to happen. It may be soon. It may not even be in our lifetime. But I know that it will, because God's word says that it will. God bless you. Have a great day.